we're going to be making a book out of this spaghetti box. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, so we're going to do it. My name is Grace. You have landed at the Comfy Nest with Grace here on YouTube. And today we're just creating. It's just chillax time. We're going to chill out, chat, and get to know each other better while I create. Now, I have not been live in 2 weeks because I had surgery a couple of weeks ago. So I'm really happy to be live and hanging out with you guys for the first time in a couple of weeks. I hope that some folks are able to make it and join me. I'm just going to check on my laptop to make sure that the live feed is working. Yes. Now, I have to say something. Lately at YouTube, I don't know what the difference is, but the recommendation is that we do our lives in a vertical format. I'm not thrilled with it. I don't love it. So honestly, I would like to hear from you. If you're here and you're watching this, whether you're watching it live or on the replay, let me know if you like this vertical format where the screen is long and skinny, or do you prefer the horizontal format? I like horizontal, but they're recommending that we do it this way. So please just pipe in, give me your 2 cents. I would like to know what you're thinking about that, because I think I like it better the other way. But they're recommending this. Okay, let's do it. So before I do this, I do have one other little project I hope you don't mind sitting through. For many months now, we always use these paper towels. If I use these paper towels, I get them on Amazon in bulk, and we go through a lot of paper towels. They're, I don't know, we use them in our kitchen. We use them in our laundry room. We have them in the bathrooms for cleaning in the bathroom. We use them everywhere. I use them in the craft room. But in my kitchen, I do not want this ugly old box. I don't care that this box is in the bathrooms under the sink. I don't care that this box is in my craft room. But in my kitchen, I don't want this thing sitting on the counter. So months back, I painted and decorated one of the boxes. I painted the outside black distressed, and then I couteured hello on one side, and the other side has the cute bumblebee. So regardless of which way my boys flip it, they're going to see something cute. So I just want to fill this. So I have been popping one side open over and over again, and just I do not like this version of vertical format, but this is what we got to live with. So I pop it open, I refill it, I glue it shut. It's that easy. It's that easy. I could repaint a new one, but I've just not had the time nor the energy. Hey Trisha, I see you now. How are you, friend? Welcome, welcome. Let me see if I can see. Trying to find any other comments. I'm just seeing Trisha right now, but maybe there's got to be. Here we go. Joyce. Hey Joyce. Oh, I am, you know what? It's day to day, as it should be. I think that my recovery is fairly normal. That's what I would say. I think it's a fairly normal recovery. I've had, like Monday, I did way too much. I was feeling really good, and I did way too much. And then on Monday night and Tuesday, I was literally miserable. It was my own fault. I mean, they tell you don't do too much. You're going to have a day when you feel good. Don't do too much. And I did too much. I was the average person who didn't listen. So Monday and Tuesday were really tough on me. The morning was great because I was feeling like, wow, I'm getting all this stuff done. I was running errands. I got a little laundry done, did a little cleaning, but then I was suffering. So I really, like this morning, I've been busy all morning. So I need to, when we're done here with our time together. Hey, Janet, I see you. Hello, hello. When I'm done here, I'm going to go sit on the deck and try to do some reading and just rest, because my body really, really needs a lot of rest. And I'm finding that I need more food. That's the other thing I'm kind of surprised by. I can feel the heat of that glue through. It's a high temperature heat gun, and I can feel the heat through the cardboard. So I'm trying to be careful. I've been needing more calories. I'm hungry more than I normally am. And so I'm eating like lots of fruits and vegetables throughout the day, like just, nectarine here or there. And I'm trying to add a few more foods to my diet. I was eating just fruits and vegetables and meats. I did have a half a cup of rice the other day. That didn't bother me at all. I wouldn't say I felt any more energy though either. So yesterday and the day before, I had a couple of slices of fresh freshly baked bread that I had made, and all day yesterday I had a headache. Even though I've been taking Tylenol and Advil on and off regularly, I still had a headache. So I don't think I'll be eating any more like white flour bread. That's what it basically was. I handmade, homemade the bread, so it was all natural ingredients, but I think the gluten I need to stay away from. So anyway, I'll stay away from bread for now. I had a handful of walnuts the other day. I've not been eating nuts or seeds, and so I had a handful of walnuts the other day, and I think I will stick with that because that's a really good food source, right? Good energy and a good food source. So I'll stick with eating nuts and seeds. Okay, we can get to our spaghetti box now. Got that done. Where did I put it? Here it is. Now, guys, it has this little window, which would be kind of fun to keep. So I'm going to cut this down, I think. I think it's a little bit too tall and skinny, long and skinny. I think it's just a little bit too much. So I think what I'm going to do is cut off, let's see, how tall is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 11 inches. That's, 8.5 by 11 inch paper I can fold and get in here easily. Maybe I will just keep it the way it is. I'll have to find a piece of fabric that, oh, this will still work. This might still work to cover it. I was thinking this would be a pretty cover. All right, let's just get started. I don't know. I'm working it out as I go. Braden's allergic to what? You're allergic to what? Rice or the bread, or what are you allergic to? Isn't that pretty? I just have this little piece left. I have one other tiny piece, but that could be a good cover, I think. I'm going to take these off because they keep banging against the table and making noise. So the other day, Wendy sent me a care package. It was soup with bread bowls, with cookies, and a ladle. Really, really sweet. It was a couple of containers of chili that were like quart-sized containers. And it had a piece of paper over it was packaged so cute. It had a piece of paper covering the quart-sized plastic container that had the chili in it, and this rubber band holding the paper on it. Okay, these rubber bands, I'm like, these would be great for holding signatures in. Although now, if I keep I was going to cut this down and then use these rubber bands, but now I won't be able to use them because if it's not going to stretch 11 inches. But I'm keeping these because as a junk journaler, this is what we do. We keep things like this and then we use them in our journals. So that those are not going to waste. For sure, we're keeping those. Okay, I want to find the natural seam if I can. It's not necessary, but it's kind of the way I do it. And then open it where the manufacturer glued it closed, if I can. And that's the part that I'll cut off, because that's probably weaker than the other side. It's not opening real easily, as you can see. There we go. Okay. This side that had the seam will be the side that I cut off, and then this will become my binding. So we're just going to start cutting this down to the right size. So I'm going to grab one of my quilt rulers, and probably I'll grab one of these knives to cut. And let's start with that. Let's get these two edges off. Best way to do this, safest way. Lie this down so that on your grid lines you use on your table, I'm going to line up these straight edges on one of the straight lines. That way I make sure I have a straight edge when I'm cutting. I mean, it's just going to give you more accuracy that you're looking for. And same thing, I'm going to use my ruler, and I'm actually lining up the ruler with the angle here with the blue flap up top. I'm lining it up. If I line it up exactly on the top and bottom, I should have an exact cut. Well, never exact. We're human. Sometimes the blade slips. Sometimes the ruler slips. Sometimes you're just off a tish. All right, so there we go with that. And then same thing, we're going to cut off this end. I'm going to move it down a little further so I can reach it better. So yeah, I think my recovery is going as well as can be expected. I'm still sore. I still can't do almost anything. I get a little bit of stuff done, like I can throw a load of laundry in here or there, but just making sure I'm straight. but I'm really not getting a whole lot done. I'm not sleeping real great yet. So I don't know. It's just going to take some time. That's all there is to it. And I just got to be patient with that fact. I can't, there's nothing I can do about it. Time has to pass. It just has to pass. And I can't rush that process. Time is what it is. So I'm trying to enjoy the quiet, enjoy the time off. I've watched so much Netflix, I can't even stand it anymore. So today I'm going to read this afternoon instead of Netflix. And yesterday was the first day I crafted. I got together with the Craft Therapy Club girls and we did an open craft session. So everybody just kind of brings whatever they want. We get together on StreamYard. It's kind of like a Zoom call where you can see everybody in their own little screen. Each person has a little block and we can see each other and we chat and show each other's projects. So we were online for a couple of hours yesterday afternoon creating, and that was the first time I got in here to do anything crafty. So 2 weeks after the surgery. All right, look, how cute will that be? You know, I still feel like I want to cut a little bit of it off. It just feels just a little bit too long. You know, if I cut a bit of it off, I can control a little bit more where that window is. Like if I want the window toward the bottom, I could cut off here. If I want the window toward the top, I can cut off a little from the bottom and a little from the top. Do you see? Like, I am going to cut it down, girls. I know I said I wasn't going to. It just feels a little bit too long. Like it's just a little, I don't know. I don't like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be 9 inches. Let's try 9 inches. And that will put that window toward the top. So we're taking off 2 inches. It would have been real convenient to take our paper and keep it at 11 inches, but I'd rather have the journal be what I want it to be as opposed to doing it just because the paper is the right size. Feels a little better. I want to go one more. Go 1 more inch. And where do we want to take it from? This is a 2-inch ruler, so if I line it up at the halfway point, it shows me exactly where that mirror would be. Excuse me, the window. I'm going to take a 1/2 inch off the top and a 1/2 inch off the bottom. I'm not trying to complicate it. I'm just trying to control where that window ends up. So it's, let's see, it just slipped on me. Just did a little slipty doodles. Hello, everybody. I don't know who Ari is. She's saying, I thought you were going to quit smoking. I'm not a smoker, darling. Hey, Nancy Page. The days are good. The days are good. Thank you for sprinkling. Thank you for that. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for sharing. It helps us so much just to meet new people. If you are a junk journaler and you're new here, please make sure you say hello. Well, even if you're not a junk journaler, please say hello. Let us know that you're here. We get together on the regular at the Comfy Nest, both on Facebook and on YouTube. I had surgery recently, so I have not been as regular as I normally am, but I'm getting back into my schedule now. So if you want to hang out with us, we'd love to have your company. We'd love to know who you are. Okay, that's cute. That's a cute size, right? Now, I have enough of this to cover the whole darn thing, I think. I do. And just enough to wrap around, but it's not much. Because I'd have to get rid of that selvage. But I think this will work. So let's do it. And then I got to figure out how to cut this hole out of the fabric. I'm going to leave the plastic there, but I want to cut a whole lot of that fabric. All right, first, let's get rid of the selvage because it has to go. We can't have it there. You know what? This is as long as my ruler, so I could just line up the ruler and cut it this way. think we'll go like that. Now I'll use my rotary cutter. Nancy's watching from North Carolina. Where's everybody else coming from? I'm in North Dakota. A couple of states with 2 words. Okay, I've got that. Now, uh-oh, look what I did, because I did it twice. Okay, now it's just big enough. Do I dare do it? Because this is going to be a little challenging to fold over and glue down. Twisted Paper Studio, she actually doesn't do that. She always glues right to the edge. She doesn't do the wraparound thing, which I find fascinating. I do like the look of the wraparound. My bigger issue is how to get this window. So I think what I need to do is flip this whole thing. Okay, Grace, think about this. If I gotta clip it, because when I flip it, it's losing its spot on the fabric, and I can't have that. I need to know exactly where to put it, right? So let's clip this together. So it stays in place, right? Because then I know I'm going to be putting that window exactly where it's supposed to be. My thought is, if I now flip this, presuming it's going to hold it in place, I can feel the lip of where that is. So what if I took like a chalk pencil or a piece of chalk? Like, I can feel it. And run this in that line. There's like a blip right there. At some point it has like a weird angle, like I think it's this next corner. I think it's kind of a funky angle right here. It's like a little curve until it finds, there it is right there. Now what? Oh, it's this corner right here. Is it on 2 corners? Am I just kidding myself? I'm just kidding myself. This one's straight, and that one has that little curve. If I cut that out, will it work? Will it work? We're going to try it and see what we get. Janet's in Iowa. Peggy's in Florida. Hey, Lynn. How are you, darling? It's 2 weeks post-surgery. I am getting bored out of my gourd, girls. Holy buckets. I've watched so much. I've watched too much TV. I'm so tired of TV, but I really literally can't do anything else. So what do you do? I mean, I said to my sister, I wish I were a better reader. I wish I was a more avid reader. I'm going to try to go a little short on this. Not cutting right to the chalk because I don't want to see any of the box. I just want to see that little bitty window. Yeah, it's not that long. Lynn, I'm still taking, I tried to back off the medicine a little bit, and that did not go so great on Monday. It was fine on Sunday that I backed off the medicine a little bit, but then what happened was I backed off the medicine, and then on Monday I was feeling pretty good, so I did a bunch of stuff, way more than I should have, and then I was feeling awful. I was awful shape on Monday and Tuesday. It was my own, I did it to myself. I can hear my dad say it. You did it to yourself, Gracie. So I've learned my lesson, and I'm really just trying to take it easy. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. It's just a cute little window. I would like for these edges to be kind of ratty. So I'm just going to kind of pull on them. This one I did not cut it perfectly, which is great. I mean, because then it's going to be more ratty looking. I don't want it to be super straight. So actually, if you just take something, you know, like kind of rub it that, it's going to start fraying that even more. It's not going to get a lot of movement over time because it's in the middle of the front cover, but so I want to give it its fray before I glue it down, but that's going to go right there. How cute will that be to have that tiny little window? I don't know what I'll put behind it, but it's cute. Okay, it worked. Worked great. Now we got to glue it down. Oh, first let me cut to the right size because I need, this is going here. You see how, can you see, I don't know if you can see this. This is why I don't like this angle, girls. But YouTube is recommending we do this vertical. Okay, so see how it's like almost a 1/4 inch bigger, the fabric. That way I'm sure not to see that box. I don't want to see the box even if the window is just a little bit smaller. So we are going to glue this down, but I do need to cut like a 1/4 inch. So like right here, I need to put a cut. You can't really move a piece of fabric when there's a ruler on it. That's not very helpful. I'm happy to use that. This is an old, you know, piece of fabric that I had laying around. We're using a spaghetti box. I'll save that and use that somewhere in the project probably. I have one other little piece of that. Okay, this is going to get glued down here. So I think what I'm going to do is put the glue all over this, being careful around the window, and then get her down like that. Okay. I think I need to sit down, so I'm going to, if you don't mind, take a second and grab a chair. It caught up with me. Yes, it did, Lynn. It was my own fault. I did it to myself. I really did. I just did too much. I feel pretty good after resting all night in the morning, and especially, you know, I get up and then I take either, you know, Advil or Tylenol, whichever turn it is. So when I get up and do that, then I feel pretty good, like at 9 in the morning. So that's when I've been like, load the dishwasher or unload it if I can. If I'm feeling too tired, I don't do it. I'm definitely relying on my family more. I won't do it if I can't. But if I can, I'll do one of those two things. I'll either throw a load of laundry in. So if I throw the load of laundry in, then somebody else is putting the wet stuff into the dryer because it's too heavy for me to move it. It's just the way it's been going. So usually by noon I'm toast. So today, true to fashion, I'm a little bit toast because I did a bunch of stuff this morning, but I'm okay. I can sit, you know, I'm sitting comfortably. It's not, I can tell I'm super tired. I don't love this, I don't love this angle. I've said it a couple of times, but some of you might have missed it. YouTube is recommending when I go live, they recommend that I use this angle, and I'm not loving it. What do you guys think? I would love to know. I don't think I need this knife right now, and I don't need this pencil, so let's just put them aside for a minute. And I don't need the glue gun anymore, so I'm gonna put that aside. Just trying to give myself some more room here. Okay, I'm gonna use Natural pH adhesive from Line Co. It's a book making company. And if I can get it out, sometimes it sticks. Wait. I may not, I don't know how far we're going to get on this, but I thought it would be a really fun project to try. I've been going live every Friday before I had the surgery. Going live every Friday, and that's my intent, to keep going live every Friday to do a project here with you guys. So if I don't end up finishing, well, I know I won't finish this today. I'm not going to have that much energy. So I know I won't finish this today, but we're going to get it started, and we'll just continue it next week on Friday if all goes well and I'm up to it. That's my goal. I'm going to be really careful around that window. And I'm going to make sure I hit my edges because I don't want to miss anything. Oh, tried to be clean about it. That's what you get. You get too much glue when it pours out too fast. This glue is a lot easier to spread, I'll tell you that much, than some of the other glues. It's more like an Elmer's glue, but it's pH neutral, so it's not going to ever yellow any of your projects or your, anything that you're gluing down, and it's permanent. And it's for bookmakers. Okay, we got that part done. We'll put this aside for a second and grab our fabric. We're going to try to get this down. It'll be, the window's making it easy for me to do our placement, I think. I want to make sure from the fabric side that I have a nice adhesion there, and I don't have it like I'm looking, I don't want to have wrinkles, right? So I'm trying not to push down on the fabric so much that I'm stretching it. Did you see what happened when I did that, and it stretched and then I got bubbles. You just want to push it down, as opposed to, when you push on something and you push real hard and stretch the fabric, it's gonna stretch, it's gonna move, and I don't want it to move. I just want to make sure I have good, that it's stuck down well, right? There we go. Get around that window quick. Give it a little press. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I think I missed this corner, but that should be okay. I saw somebody the other day making a book, and she didn't cut her edges, which I found very interesting. She folded this in and she glued it down, and then she just came in and like folded these down. It was the strangest thing. I've never seen anybody do that before. But that's how she did it. I'm wondering. The other option, they do this in quilting too, is to go, they don't do this in bookmaking, but to glue this down completely flat and then to just fold this in and glue it down completely flat. You could do that too. You just have a lot more bulk on the corners when you do that. That's, I think, the reason why most people don't do that. Checking for comment. I'm not seeing any other comments. If somebody has said something and I haven't responded, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing any other comments. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick snip to get rid of the bulk of that, because that's kind of the way I prefer to do it. Now, like I said, if you follow Twisted Paper Studio, she just cuts it right at the book cover edge. She doesn't, and she does quilted covers. She doesn't do this fold over thing. And I've tried it both ways. It actually doesn't turn out bad. It's not a bad way to do it. I think it's just what you get used to. Kind of the habits you form, right? Okay, if I glue down the long edge, then I'm going to do this long edge, and then I'll do the other two sides. I don't know why, but that's the way I do it. I try to keep it consistent. Okay, we're going to take same glue. I'm going to try not to spill this all over this time. Gannon had a doctor's appointment this morning here in town, so just like a wellness check. He's 17. Wellness check with his primary care, so we went to that. And then I asked him to take me to the thrift store, and he did not want to go. He's 17. Did not want to go to the thrift store with me. He's always gone to the thrift store. My kids always went with me because they went wherever I went. Landon doesn't spend a lot of time with us anymore. He's going to be 19 next month, and he's working full-time with his dad. And at night, he's been spending time either at the gym or he's hanging out with his girlfriend. All makes a lot of sense. Typical 19-year-old stuff. Gannon's been working every day, so I am not seeing a lot of Gannon either, actually. But today, he's not working because he had this doctor's appointment. So when he has an appointment like that, he just takes the day. So since he had the time, I said, will you take me to the thrift store? So we went to the thrift store. He wasn't thrilled. I was happy. Got a couple of things. I got a new stamp. I did pick up a new stamp. I'll show you. Anybody want to guess how much it was? It's big, you guys. Let me see if it says like it's Hello Dolly Stampin' Up! Stamp. It doesn't say the size, but I'm going to measure here. It's about 5 inches in diameter. Anybody want to guess? Yeah, it must be Lynn. We're just going to ignore. We're going to bless and release, friends. Bless and release. It's okay. We like any visitors that want to come as long as they're being kind. They're not saying anything nasty. Oops. I dropped my thing. Of course I would have had to drop it because bending down is a challenge for Grace right now. So I had a little fun going to the thrift store. I don't know about Gannon. He wasn't thrilled with me. He does look around, but it takes him like he said, it'll take me 30 seconds to go through the store. And it takes me like, I could be in there for hours. I love looking. I love looking at all the goodies. I do. I was looking for a salt and pepper shaker. I dropped and broke. We have a glass salt and pepper shaker in the cupboard with all the spices. We have a different one on the table that always stays on the table for lunch, breakfast, dinner. But this one that was in the counter with the spice in the spice rack, I just dropped the salt one and it broke. The pepper one is fine. So I was like, man, if I could find a cute set at a thrift store instead of buying a brand new from the store set, that would be great. This glue is phenomenal. It's just so easy. So easy to work with. Seriously. I don't use it that often, and I just should use it more often. I've been trying so hard to get this system to work with me with the Fabri-Tac and Fabrifix, but I always have trouble with this clogging, and it's real slow to come out, and I have to put acetate in it. I've had this bottle for a year and a half, 2 years. I never have trouble with that glue, ever. Now, it does clog, just like any other glue bottle, the tip clogs, but the glue coming out is no problem at all. Just FYI, if you're wondering. This is getting awfully sticky, so I'm going to pull this off and get rid of it. So I'm not dealing with that. I feel like something like this helps you get that straight edge that you really want, that really straight line that you're looking for. It's a little crooked here, but it doesn't matter to me because this is all going to get covered, right? We're going to cover this inside with something else. And I was debating fabric or paper, and I found this really pretty yellow paper. Let me grab it in my stash. Look how bright and pretty that is. Poof, he's gone. Oh, that's good. Like, how cute would that be on there, right? Again with the window. If I put the yellow behind it, I mean, that's what it'll look like on the other side, this way. I could make that, really, I could make that a pocket. I could leave it open. If I cut this paper down, I could leave the top open so that I could slide something in and out of there. You know what I'm saying? That could be cute. Let's try that. I like the yellow. I don't know why. I'm not generally a huge yellow, like I'm not usually shouting for yellow, but it is super cute. Okay, I just need a regular old pencil. Whoops. This is the part that's going to show. So I don't want to mark up this side. I don't mind marking up this side. So I'm going to cut it like right here. And for this, I do want a paper cutter. That's going to go there. I do like to be able to see the fabric around the edges. So when I cut this a second time, there's a little crinkle in it. When I cut, it has a little crinkle right here. So I'm going to cut that off. We're going to do it this way. Cut that part off. my hand slipped. That's going to go here. Now, this is where I'm saying if I only glue it, like if I glue here, here, and here up to the pocket, then I could leave this open so I could slide something in and out of here or up top, or you can do it any way you want, really. Maybe I'll leave the top open. I think I'll leave the top open, and let me put a little tab there to kind of indicate that there's a hole or an opening there. So I'm going to look for my little 1-inch, and let's just, how big is this? It's about 2.5. I'm just an eyeballer, girls. It's just who I am. Okay, may not be centered, but those things don't bug me. Okay, so it would look like that. That way you could see that you could slide something in there for the little pocket. How cute. All right, and I actually think I'm gonna glue, well, I was thinking I would glue it here so that what I put down there would be short, but it doesn't have to be. I think it's gonna be on there tight enough that, yeah, I think I will, because it's unlikely that I'm gonna put something this long in here. Right? What if I just wanted to put a regular size tag in there? It's going to be shorter. So I would glue like up to like here. I would glue this. All of that stuff below. Okay, now I do need a stream of glue that's going to be like just a stream. Where is my, hold on, I'm looking for, if I can get it to work again, because like I said, I have so much trouble with all these glues not coming out of the bottle. I love this yellow too. Hey Gia, how are you, friend? Welcome, welcome. So glad so many of you came by to hang out with me today. It's just awesome of you. I had to pull this pin out, and of course I put it down on tissue paper and it got stuck on the tissue paper. I was just using it to like yesterday while we were creating our open craft session with the Craft Therapy Club. Okay, it's just fine. So I want to glue all of this bottom, but then the rest of it I'm just going to glue here and here to leave an opening on the top. Wow, I do not have a steady hand. Did you see how crooked that is? Oh, that's funny. Okay, yikes, I don't want to get it on this other paper here. I'm going to move it over. But I'm excited to put it down. So let's see. I'm trying to base the placement. I want to make sure I can see the blue all the way around. But I don't want to be so close to this lip that it's hard to fold. Like I need it to be off that lip a little bit. Okay. Oh, it's cute. So I'll be able to slide something in there to get to that window. Okay, now I need to cover these two little spots. Now, this was the exact width that I needed, so I can use it as my little template to show me how wide to cut this one right to there. Is what I need. Oh, but I did not slide it under, which was unfortunate. Grace, sometimes it's just easier to give yourself a little tick, a little mark. Okay, and then I need to cut this much off. I know that much. Yeah, that was the side. And this one, I mean, what would you do? Would you do another pocket or would you just glue it down? I was thinking I'm just going to glue the back one down. I think I'm just going to glue it down. You could make another pocket, but I don't think I'm going to. We'll just keep it simple. And there is a right and a wrong side. It doesn't look it probably from your perspective, but there is definitely a texture on this paper. It has a really pretty weave texture on it. And I want to see that. Like I said, I am not thrilled with this angle on that YouTube suggests to us. Wait, is this too long? What did I do here? No, it's not too long. I just had it too high. There we go. Oh, it doesn't feel right. Is it gonna fold for me? Yes, it is. It's fine. Yep. Okay. And we just need to cover this. But I gotta think about this because I haven't quite decided how I'm gonna do the binding. I think I might do a hidden binding on this. And I would like it to be a little more sturdy than this paper is. So let's cut it to size that we need. So this is not the size that we need. I'm gonna back it with something a little more sturdy than this paper. The paper is cardstock, but I still think it needs something extra on it if I'm gonna do a hidden binding. So I wouldn't mind doing a tide binding either. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I should do a tide binding. I did a tide binding on those last set of books that we did, and I loved it. You see the tiniest bit of that, the inside of that box there. And as I've said before, you could cover that with washi tape if you wanted to before you put down these 3 pieces of paper, but I'm not going to do that. I don't mind seeing that. I'm definitely going to have to back this with some watercolor paper because it's just not thick enough to hold a binding on its own. Mom? Yes, buddy. I had to take her home. Okay. Tell her goodbye. Huh? Oh, she came into my messy room. I used my bed's not even made. Do you see how messy it is? See ya. Thanks for hanging out with us. Of course. Yeah, all right. See you later, darling. Gannon, you're coming straight home, right?
I think so, but I'll call you if it changes at all.
Okay, please let me know. Okay, Gannon is taking his girlfriend home. They had to come in and check in with me and let me know that that's what their plan is. So cute. So cute. Oh, I think I did it. That must have been crooked somehow. What did I do there? And I did not cut it all the way. I don't care that this bottom side's crooked, but what did I do there? Yeah, it's a little too wide. What'd you do there, Gracie? It's got a sliver all the way down, just too big. I'm gonna glue it down and then I'll deal with it. I'm gonna get it down on there. I want this binding to be a little thicker, a little sturdier. Look at it, it's already starting to clog. This is what it is. I'm not really good about putting the cover on, like in between uses, and it dries so fast and clogs so fast. I think that's my problem, truthfully. Come on, you're like slipping away on me. It's way too big on the bottom. The top was like right, but I did something wrong on the bottom there, like along this edge. All right, gotta cut it back down. See that? I just have a sliver too much. Hey Ruth, how are you, friend? Oh, I wonder why. If you just go right to the channel, it should show immediately as a live. Do you go straight to the channel? And then it should show, it should show if you're, you know, your Wi-Fi or your cellular as updating. I'm not trusting this process at all, to be truthful with you. What I'm going to do is use my ruler because I can see exactly what I'm doing. I can see where I'm cutting it with the ruler. I cannot see it with that straight edge. Ruth, I don't know why that would be. Does anybody else have trouble finding me when I'm live on YouTube? This is a trick. Do not remove your ruler until you're sure that that cut went all the way through. I've been guilty of that many times, and then I'm like, oh man, I gotta try to line it up again. Well, this is way thicker. This is way better. That's gonna be way better. Okay, now, wait. It's too long. I'm gonna snip off tish here because I can see that white and I don't want to see it. I'm actually cutting it at an angle to get rid of that white. I'm good with that. Okay, so now decide how much paper do I want in here. I'll probably just do one signature. No, two signatures. One or two. What would you do? One or two signatures. It's going to be teeny tiny paper. That's the thing of it all, right? It's just going to be the teeniest, tiniest paper. Let me grab some paper and we'll see what that's going to look like. Oh, I'm having a hot flash, girls. Okay, so since the surgery, girls, let's talk hot flashes. I've had hot flashes. I'm 51. I've had hot flashes for years. They were way worse when I was like 47, 48. I used to have them more often, but they really subsided after a while. You know, I'd have one every once in a while, but nothing, like not on the regular. I'm starting to track them because I'm having hot flashes basically every 2 hours right now. And they're like a major, I gotta find my fan, hold on. A major hot flash out of nowhere. And it's because of the surgery, I'm sure. My ovaries are gone. Ovaries are gone. And I mean, I need just a fan for a minute. Okay, I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Do I want to glue this down and cut holes? I don't think I want to see holes in the back. So I watched somebody do a hidden binding the other day where they punched the holes in this piece and then used a tie method to tie the paper in, which I thought was kind of a cute idea. So I'm going to try it, but let's just decide. I think I would just do the 2 holes. I would have to if I'm going to do this tie method. Oh, Trisha, they're bad. Like I was just like out of nowhere. I'm like, oh my gosh, open the windows, turn the air conditioning on, something. Like get me a fan. I can't handle it. It's just, yikes. Oh, good. All right, Janet didn't have any trouble finding, and neither did Trisha. That's good. I look at my list of people I subscribe to, and I can't find your name. If you just go to YouTube and then in the search bar do the Comfiness with Grace. If you search it, you'll find the channel real quick. And then when you click on the channel, it should show immediately on the channel. My problem, I subscribe to so many people that only so many show on the screen. And that's what it is for me. I would have to like narrow it down to like 15 subscriptions if I wanted everybody to show on the screen. I have dozens and dozens and dozens of them. So that just wouldn't work for me. I always have to I type in the name of the channel and then find them that way. It's actually easier for me to visualize this if I put this here and then decide where I want my holes. And because I'm just like, I am completely a wing it, don't measure kind of girl. I mean, I could measure a little bit. Like what if I did 1 inch? This ruler is really helpful for this. So if I wanted it 1 inch from the bottom, That's too high. Maybe a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. I'm going to go 1/4 inch. And if I did that, then my paper is going to be 7.5 inches tall. Yeah. So I'm going to go 1/4 inch from the bottom, and I'm going to make 2 holes. So right now I'm using the ruler to tell me my 1/4 inch, and then I'm just going to use my pencil. And let's go, if I go, let's see, it's a 1/4 inch, that's a 1/2 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/8. Let's try that. 1, oh, I can't see that as easily over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/8 would be here. That looks good to me. So I went 1/2 inch. Hey, come here. 1/2 inch from the bottom, and I went 6/8 of an inch in on both sides. I think that's what that's called, because I'm not really good at, yeah, it's about right. Okay, I think I'll be able to do this from here. Half inch, and then I don't really have a ruler here that gives me 1/8 of an inch, so I need this guy back. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this right, Grace? Let's just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one must be a little off. I'm checking my line. I know I've got the 1/2 inch mark now. So I'm checking just to see. It is a little bit off here. This one needs to go a little further in, right there. I don't like to use numbers. I'm using the ruler, the lines on the ruler to tell me. Okay, this one. To tell me where to punch my holes. Now, I think I will even use brads on these because I'm going to be tying, so I need them to really stay in place. Eyelets, not brads, excuse me. I will be going to rest when we're done here, Lynn. Yes, I will. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick, let's see, maybe I'll do, I want gold or silver. I have these white ones. Let's just use white. I don't even know that I've opened these yet. Oh man, I hope I don't have trouble. I always have trouble with these darn things. Girls, I don't take anything yet, Nancy. We talked about this before the surgery. All my hormone levels were showing that I was in menopause, but my body wasn't showing that I was in menopause. So I had anyway, I won't say much more about that. But so the thought was, and we agreed to just let's wait and see. Let's wait when you have this procedure, let's see what your body does, and then we'll decide what to do. So, no, he prescribed an estrogen patch before the surgery. That was the alternative to the surgery, and I decided to go with the surgery instead of just trying the estrogen patch and wait and see if the pain went away. And it was a good thing because it was confirmed from the pathology that I had fibroids and I had cysts. I had a really good one on my left ovary. And I also have both, I used the wrong size. Darn it. I'm going to see if I have smaller ones. I have both adenomyosis and endometriosis. So I had all of them. I had them all going on. have smaller ones. So it was likely what Dr. Eckenberg immediately told me. I think you have adenomyosis and you're going to need surgery to take care of that. I mean, he said that immediately. So he was right. He was right. I mean, the man has been diagnosing people for 40 years, so he knew what he was talking about for sure. Okay, let's see. These are the ones I think I always have trouble with. They don't flatten out real well for me. I think I have it on the wrong setting now. I need nope, it's the right one. So I need the small setting. So let's just see if we can get this thing to work. I always struggle with this, you guys. Oh, it worked. These aren't the best brads or eyelets. They just don't flatten nicely. So I just have to keep, I'm the frugal girl. I'm not just gonna throw them out. I'm gonna use them all until they're gone. And then I'll get new ones. I think both of them on here. All right, so now what I'll do is I'm gonna put some string in here. I haven't done this before. I saw someone do this recently. I thought, what a good idea. 1, 2. One stick. That one doesn't look like it's completely flattened, and I'm afraid it's gonna pop out of there. It's kind of loose, actually. I'll apply a little more pressure. Okay, now this is the last thing I'll do, and then we're going to give it up for today, and then we'll do the signatures next time. This will get glued down here, but before I glue it down, we're going to get our strings worked out. So what kind of string or rope? I think I might just use a thin jute. I could use a ribbon, would be really cute, but I think baker's twine would be really cute too. Oh, I have all kinds of options. But I think I'm over here grabbing so this is what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna cut this really long. Let's cut this really long. Think about it. This is going to get glued down underneath here. And then I'm going to have a really long string on both sides. And that's what I'm going to tie my papers down with. Okay? Do you see what I'm saying? I wanted to give you the full picture of what we're doing here. Like this. And that's how I'll tie my 2 signatures in. Okay, so now that you got the way I'm doing it, I'm gonna cut this other string. And once it's glued down, I'm not gonna be able to take this string out, obviously, but I can cut what's. This is going to get glued down. I won't be able to touch that again once it's glued down. But this, I cut a lot of extra so that I have plenty to work with when it comes time to tie my pages in. So that's the plan for this book. And I don't know yet how I'm going to decorate that cover and what I'm going to slip in that little pocket, but that's how far we've gotten today. All right, that's it. Time to rest. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here. I appreciate you all so much. I do. So many choices, so little time, I know. We all have to have some spaghetti now. I know this can be a cute little book. Oh, the little hole punches. Really cute. It still feels damp, so it does need some time to dry, but it's going to be super cute. I've been wanting to do a spaghetti book for like for ages. And I made spaghetti last night for Landon for supper, spaghetti meatballs. So there we have it. I mean, I say I made spaghetti meatballs. The meatballs were frozen. I poured them in a pan with the sauce. And I put the water on for the spaghetti. I mean, I really didn't do a lot. It wasn't hard. Okay, I am going to go rest and take it easy, Nancy. Thank you, everybody. You guys have a beautiful, blessed Friday. If you are a Facebook subscriber, I will be live at 4 o'clock for happy hour on my deck. I don't think I'll be doing any crafting. I think that'll be just, for a refreshing drink, sitting on the deck, and we'll have happy hour on the deck and just hang out. So join me then if you are a Facebook subscriber. Thank you, Gia. I don't think I will. I think you guys be really patient with me, and I'll be live when I can be. I will post a schedule on Sunday, Monday, for the week. So I'm with my expectations for the week, but it won't be a whole lot of activity. See you later.